Welcome to the High Level Wife Podcast. This is a space for Christian wives who love God, want their marriage healed, and are done performing, fixing, striving, or trying to control their way to change. Here we're going to talk about marriage God's way through right order, surrender, heart posture, and spirit-led transformation. This is not self-help, it's discipleship. My name is Chelsey Holm, and my role is to help you move from awareness into obedience so real healing, wholeness, and restoration can take root. Let's begin.
Get ready for a little spice today. If desire feels confusing, awkward, or off limits in your marriage, this episode is going to repaint everything for you. Okay, we're going to talk about desire. It's not lust or performance or obligation, desire. Okay, somewhere along the way, many Christian wives were taught explicitly or subtly that holiness means shutting down desire, managing, or tolerating it. I recall a Bible study when I was in high school or maybe late middle school. And the pastor's wife told me that she just never says no to her husband and she just makes herself available to him at all times, even if she has a headache or even if she is suffering through something. Okay. And that was my earliest view, aside from everything that I learned from the world. Okay. That's not biblical. God did not accidentally create desire, and He did not create passion and then panic about it. He did not design marriage as a duty-bound arrangement void of delight. Our God is a God of delight. He delights in us as His children. And marriage is a physical, earthly reflection of the relationship between Christ and church, between God and His body, the church, the temple where His Holy Spirit is housed and being built together. Desire was His idea, and then the enemy has worked overtime to distort it. Take a deep breath in and out. If you have been waiting for this episode, we're going to expose the lie that's quietly been running in the background. Good Christian women shouldn't want too much. Too needy equals unspiritual. Too expressive equals unsafe. Too passionate equals shameful. So what happens? We learn to disconnect from desire instead of redeem it. And then what happens is we'll show up physically, but we won't be present. We'll disassociate. We'll participate, but we won't be fully engaged. And intimacy becomes either mechanical, tense, or avoidant. And it's not because the marriage is broken, but because desire was never repainted through truth. And also, we're typically battling many layers of these mistruths, these lies, layered like a trifle with hurts and offenses. And so we have to, again, peel off, scrape off all of the counterfeit paints to get to the actual way that intimacy and desire was originally painted in the Word. Song of Solomon exists for a reason, okay? And God didn't sanitize it, and He didn't apologize for it. He preserved it. Why? Why? Because desire inside covenant is holy fire. It's not a sin. Biblical intimacy includes wanting, enjoying, initiating, delighting, being fully seen and fully known, naked and unashamed. Desire is not something you do to your husband or for your husband where it's just for him. It's something that flows from a heart at rest. And so here's the key reframe that I want you to hear. Desire is not generated by effort. It's awakened by safety. That's the whole point of the covenant, the safety within the bounds that God created. When a woman feels spiritually safe, emotionally safe, and internally aligned, her body follows. Imagine that. Song of Solomon 4:16 says, "Awake, north wind, and come, south wind. Blow on my garden that its fragrance may spread everywhere." Woo! You probably don't hear this on Sunday mornings being preached, do you? Because it makes everyone uncomfortable. Why does it make everyone uncomfortable? Because nobody understands that intimacy was God's design and is God's design. And nobody is tasting of its fruit. Very few are enjoying the actual delight of the Father between husband and wife. So notice from this passage that she invites, she awakens, she desires to be enjoyed. And that's not shame and it's not pressure. It's freedom inside covenant. Desire blooms where there is trust, right? The whole point of the covenant itself. Safety, again, the whole point of the covenant itself. Right order helps us to vertically align so that we can overflow, and peace with God. So this is why intimacy cannot be fixed by tips, tricks, or technique alone. I've heard so many horror stories of women wanting to please their husband and save their marriages that engaged in things that are sin because they were in an effort to try to discover the tips and tricks and technique that only starts in the heart posture of understanding and surrendering fully to God's design. Okay, so here's the invitation today. Stop asking, what should I do? And start asking, where has my heart gone numb, guarded, or disconnected? Because God doesn't need you to perform intimacy. He wants to restore delight, just like He doesn't want you to give from a heart that isn't cheerful. He doesn't just want the external prayers so that people see you. He wants the humble heart that comes before Him as you are, and He wants to restore delight. And when desire is healed at the root, intimacy becomes something you look forward to and not manage. Let's close with this. Again, take a deep breath. Take this in. This might be the first time that you are hearing all of these things, right? It might be brand new to you. And that's nothing on you. It's simply that we live in a world full of counterfeits where Satan has desperately and efficiently counterfeited intimacy by his standards because it robs you of the true intimacy that God designed. Okay, so let's sit with this. I'm going to close with this. Desire isn't something to control, it's something God redeems when the heart is safe.
If this episode stirred something in you, but high level wife feels like too big of a step right now, I want you to hear this clearly. You don't have to jump ahead to honor what God is doing. I created a short guided experience called From Awareness to Surrender for women who aren't ready for ongoing support but know they can't stay where they are. It includes 3 short teachings, a guided exercise, and a prayer I recorded over you. It's going to help you move from awareness into real response. You'll find a link in the show notes. And if you're not ready even for that, don't rush past this moment. Sit with God and ask Him what obedience looks like next.